Hey, I do have a sound bit and
Happy Friday, happy throat chakra day, happy whatever day, happy.
happy Friday.
Woo!
Especially for all you 3D people out there. We know you love your Fridays. Why? Because it's you waking up to the fact that you're a slave. Yay!
Let's end all slavery and say no to the fucking matrix system. Yay!
How about that?
Truth bombs.
How about if Friday morning you didn't have to go to work to the 3D system, right? And you just had to go, get up, and create heaven on earth. What does that look like? Who knows? It's specifically unique to you, or uniquely specific to you.
I mean, we have beings who've quit their jobs, like
Yes, it's happening,
cold
guys.
turkey.
It is happening.
It's like, I don't care. I'll sell my house. I'll live in a tent. Give it. Bring it on, angels.
Seriously.
So, give us a comment if you've left your job, if your experience is very different on a Friday and a Monday. Because it is. It's like you're built for this. That is the whole point of the education system, is to build robots. Clock in, clock out. Clock in, clock out. And if you want to say no, and if you want Jazara to come, if you want someone to save you, the truth is no one will. Neither Trump nor the Galactics. We are saving ourselves. Mother God came and incarnated to help us, to assist us. Now she's completed her contract. It's our turn. These are the simple facts, simple truths about Ascension. Hey, Pebbles!
Hi, doggies. Yay.
The dogs know what it's up. They show us the way. Like, if I'm this busybody, bossy bootsy, Princess just looks at me.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing?
This is unconditional love right here.
And then she licks, and then she's like, be in the present moment. Play with me. I'm like, okay, princess, I will.
Yeah, if the dogs weren't here, mission would have been a lot more challenging. They have really taught us so much about unconditional love, about not taking things so personal, and about having fun. I mean, these dogs have so much fun. They are treated like royalty, because they are. And it's just beautiful because they're such a reflection, such a mirror for us. They show us the dysfunction, and it allows us to help transform it, because the dogs will take on the dysfunction of their caretakers. So it just clearly shows us where we're at. The dogs are happy. We know we're in a good place. But yeah.
So Jen says, I've not been working, but Mama has just given me so many opportunities without looking, making dreams come true.
Yep.
Boom!
Beautiful.
Love you, Jen. Love you, Candace.
Love you all.
Yeah, let's check out Facebook. Let's play something.
Shall we?
We share. Mama's message, humanity's final test. Mom transmitted this message back in February 9, 2013, so that's going 8 years now.
Let me just do this and this. All right.
Get your popcorns out.
Important message from the Earth Allies. Love is at the forefront. The final test. Greetings and many blessings, miracles, many magical synchronistic events, joy, unconditional love, peace, harmony, and many blessings of abundance. We, who are serving love and light, are right out in the open for all to see and hear. We are not hiding. The gig is up for those who thought they were less than light speed vibration. Love has tipped the scale, so to speak. Love is at the forefront. And this is love's call. Love is in charge, and everything changes because of this truth. consciousness are the ones asleep, lost in the dream. Those who are awake are very irritating to those who are asleep. Those who are awake are the continual alarm clock going off, beeping until others awaken. The awakened ones are the wake-up call. The one thing about ego is that it's just a program. This is why it always falls back on the being to release the ego mind program and cut the strings of being a puppet. This sets you free into unlimited possibilities. Aha, attachmentless. Then you are free to be who you are. Humanity's eyes may be open, but this does not mean they are seeing the truth. Why? Because they are still looking outside, seeing the shadows and maybe glimpses of the light. They are trying to make sense of the illusion, when illusion does not make sense. And it can never make any sense. It's impossible. The illusion isn't real. When humanity, you, can see with the pineal gland, the third eye, then you can see and feel true reality. The key word here is feel. Feeling is your natural communication, and feelings are not emotions. For so long, 13 millennia, humanity has been given very little truth, and a whole lot of nothing. Most of humanity has based their lives on nothing, thus receiving nothing. We are going to share with you an example of this. They did a study on rats. They wanted to see if they could get a rat to push a lever. Every time the rat pushed the lever, they received food, and pretty soon, the rat became bored with this. So they decided to have their lever without any food. So the rat pushed the lever and received nothing, and quickly became disinterested in this. So, the next experiment for the rat to push the lever, it intermittently received food every once in a while. So then, the rat would just keep pushing the lever, because every once in a while, it would get some food by doing this. This is exactly how humanity has been trained. This is how you have been slaves to the Illuminati minions, to the Illuminati, the system, the program. They would give you just enough to keep you serving ignorance. How does this make you feel now that you are trained as rats? The light does not have to go after the darkness. The light just has to be turned on planet Earth equal heart. Once you see you for who you truly are, then you will see Father God and I, and rejoin your true family of creation. You are each royal angels, each one of you, and we love you unconditionally. Father God and I are here, present on planet Earth equal heart. We are humanity's final test. Once the being recognized that we are one with them, they pass go and then enter the higher dimensions. Until then, they will remain stuck, and this is the reality. The final test is the recognition that you and all of humanity are one with all that is. Once you can accept us, this means that you accept the truth of your being, the truth of who you really are. Then you graduate, and you enter heaven on earth equal heart. We are humanity's final test. Are you ready? The duty and responsibility of every being on this planet is to awaken. And then, once you awaken, Your duty and responsibility is to share this truth with others to help them awaken. Sharing the truth may not always be heard, but your jobs are not to hear for them. It is to share the truth with them. The darkness always tries to hide itself behind the scenes, while love and light is always out here, standing in the brilliance out in the open. Love and the highest visions being set forth for all of humanity are not just wishful thinking. These are visions which are manifesting heaven on earth. All highest thoughts serve love, always manifest. We love you unconditionally, and transmission in all love is love, the earth thou lies.
Beautiful. So yeah, what are you waiting for, humanity? You know, this was one of the videos Mom first put out many, many years ago, and the relevance of everything to this day, you know, just goes to show how connected everything is, and how relevant in these moments as we are all waking up, you know, that our Creator had the foresight to begin to lay these energetic lines for us, so that we could begin to understand what was going on. You know, why are our bodies going through these awakening processes? Why are we suddenly being shifted into a whole new way of being? You know, things that used to resonate don't resonate anymore. You know, a perfect example for me is, you know, I grew up loving American football. I mean, I coached it, I played it, I lived it, I breathed it. And, you know, my Earth Mom always disliked football. And I never really got why until, you know, I joined Mission, and it all began to make perfect sense. What a distraction it is to keep majority of masculine watching this stuff every weekend, or, you know, especially now that fantasy football and all these other things came into play. I mean, you're pretty much engulfed in this stuff every day, day in and day out. And it's fed to you as that's what being a man is. That's what being normal is. That if you didn't like football, or if you weren't a super fanatic, there was something wrong with you, right? When in actuality, we could see how these big Coliseum events were literally hijacking the psyche of humanity, keeping them distracted, keeping them unaware of the true events that are going on all around the planet, so that we can focus on the big Coliseum fights, as, you know, they used to do back in the day. You know, nothing's changed. It just has become more sophisticated. Things have, you know, become more broadcasted, because now we have the technology to keep, you know, a bigger populace asleep. And it's clear to me now how much of a distraction, you know, these big sporting events are now. And as I woke up and I began to see how they were literally hijacking the psyche and the power of co-creation in these stadiums. I mean, perfect example, breast cancer awareness, right? They put this out there. They didn't put breast cancer healing. They didn't put, you know, any of the other stuff that will actually put an end to it. They actually put out the words. On February everything started going pink, right? I remember these high school kids that when I was coaching, they'd be wearing pink all to school.
The ribbon.
Yeah, and they're the ribbon. Like, what are you doing? Oh, it's breast cancer awareness. And then it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, they are literally hijacking the power of co-creation and intention in humanity. Imagine this, everyone out there, the young kids, the adults, they're wearing pink, they're seeing pink, and the words associated are breast cancer awareness. Now, what do you think that's going to do to other women? It's going to literally spread the cancer with our power of intention and co-creation. You know, this is just one example of many of how they have literally hijacked our ability to co-create, right? So now we shift gears. Now we say enough is enough. Let's manifest and co-create heaven on earth. And that probably means there might not be a National Football League after.
Yeah, because so much is focused on competition. You know, like the Dark studied humanity for a very, very long moment. And they studied Mom. Whenever she reincarnated, they studied her. There's a movie series taken by Steven Spielberg, and it's when the Greys used to abduct and study the human form because they wanted to know. They were curious. Not only that, there were those who wanted to harm us in a way so that they could keep controlling us. So they knew of our inner gifts, they knew of our inner powers, and so how could they keep us distracted, like Buddha said? Well, let's create this thing called status. Let's create this thing called etiquette. Let's create like this noise. And it got so complex. Like the higher status uppers would have a dinner with like 13 utensils. And it would be this whole training of royalty. This is the dessert spoon. This is the starter spoon. This is the soup spoon. And now this is the after spoon. Like that shit will keep you busy. And Mom hated utensils. It was like, I designed divine hands for eating. And there are coaches, primitive, that fucking use their hands. And oh no, that's dirty. We could never eat like that. Fuck you. I mean, you know, we all bought it. Mm-hmm. You know, the Queen's handbag and the way you hold a cup of tea. It's all very fascinating because we're like, whoa. And I met the Prince William once, having completed the Duke of Edinburgh Award. That's very big in Europe and in the Commonwealth countries. And whoa, I get to meet Prince Williams and I have all these professional photographs of it. Like, gross! Like, I'm like puking looking at these photos. So the point is, Mom's like, take the fucking veil off out of your eyes. They've fucking tricked you in every aspect of your being. To the point where whatever you were passionate about, there was no choice. There was just this avenue. Okay, I was passionate about people. What were the choices? Psychiatry and psychology both took the soul essence out of the equation. And so you're forever searching. And those who have lived many lives here are old souls. You know who you are because you're here. You're like, what is this shit? You end up wasting years to then go, actually, this isn't for me. You go and try the 9-to-5 job, and actually, that nearly killed you every day. You went depressed, you went anxious, you fucking didn't know where to turn, because then you were in the system where you had to survive. Now you have kids. What are you going to do? Well, you need money. So now you have to keep working. And now you have to buy insurance. And now you have to buy 2 cars because you got like 5 sports. Like, come on. Wake up. Keep it simple. Mm-hmm. Come back to the true essence of why we are here. And that is why it can be very confusing being on this ascension journey, is because you don't know where to start.
And a big part of the problem lies in our attachment to things. So in other words, you know, the ego's like, I worked so hard for this house. Oh God, I'm not going to lose this house. I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep this house, right? To pay your mortgage, right? To be in a morgue, to live in a morgue, to continue to pay and live to die is how you are playing into the cabal system. So really begin to look at how you are attached to all these places, things, people, and how it's literally what's holding you back from taking the quantum leap. You know, yesterday someone had asked about, you know, well, I got to pay the bills, I got to take care of my kids, I got to do this, I got to do that. And they are falling victim to what they think was a normal life, right? To what you had to do as you grew up, as you had children. You had to give them an education. And you have to understand that all these systems have been hijacked. And I know if I had a child in the system, I would definitely pull them out immediately. This is the next phase of the ascension process. You literally got to unplug from the system. Trust. And this is another big one, guys. You have lost your trust with your creator. You have lost your trust with your inner guidance, your inner divinity. that will lead you out of this mess. You know, it's literally the phoenix rising out of the ashes. The problem is the ego program mind thinks that ashes are a good thing. And it wants to keep you there, comfortable, covered in silt, and just dirty and filthy, thinking you actually did something and are doing something, when in actuality, all you're doing is holding back your ascension process, our ascension process. Here you are sitting back thinking you're actually doing something, when actually all you had to do was book a session, get involved with the team, you know, try to find or look for the local people around you who are your tribe. That's where the energy now needs to shift. You need to focus on building these new families. 5D families are not all blood related, right? We're spiritually related, which guess what? It's stronger than blood. It really is. Because this is ancient. These are old energies finally coming together. You know, this spiritual war has been going on for thousands and thousands of years. This particular lifetime is just one of many that we've been on this planet pushing for this energy to come forward. And guess what? Every time mom was here, they took her out. Okay? But this time she left on her own conditions. She ascended. And she took all that shit with her. And left it up to us now to bring it in. To become our greatest, grandest versions. To really embody these qualities of divinity. And, you know, for the ego program mind, the qualities are not what you think they are. You know, when the ego program mind hears surrender, they immediately go, oh, well, that's weakness. Surrender is weakness. No, it's not. Surrender is not attaching to the energy and allowing it to flow through for transformation. It's not attaching to your dysfunctions or your traumas and being so identified with them that you don't see a way out. Right? You have to make those tough decisions. And in reality, they're not that tough. Coming from a 5D perspective, you could almost be hitting yourself in the back of the head for being so dumb. Because we have been.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, you know, it's a really scary concept to actually give up everything. And we're not saying to give up everything because it's a big commitment. It's like taking your power back is not fun and games. Taking your power back is work. But we are warriors. You were built that way. You don't need to say, well, why is it that I have to do everything and no one else gets to do anything? You know what? They will have their karma. That wave is coming when they are forced to give up everything. Whereas in this position, mom's giving you the opportunity to make a choice. And it could be slow and gradual, as in, like, don't take too long, but it could be like you go part-time. You know, we were in the RV park in Cali, and there was a family. There was a family who obviously just packed up and bought an RV and sold up, and they had 2 kids. Like, stop being so fucking scared. Mom, the divine plan, everything is happening, and it will happen quicker when you make that decision. When you stop having one foot in the system and another foot, half a foot on Ascension. Like
more
that,
like a toe right now at this
only
point.
thing that is keeping the matrix going, and it actually is already dissolved. There's no money. The cabal have 0. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They're running around like clueless because all of their elder Illuminatis have all been topped off. They've all died. They have no idea. They're just like robotic, doing whatever it is that they always did. They don't have nothing on you. No one's going to chase you. No one's going to knock on your door and ask to claim all of your furniture and all of your possessions because you defaulted on your mortgage for the last 6 months. I have had credit card companies chase me in the last 2 years. So it's just this fear that doesn't exist. Truly. It doesn't exist. So I wanted to answer some questions, some really awesome questions on Telegram. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And if you wanted to say something and you're on Telegram, just raise your hand and we may be able to unmute you and you can share some stories. Will humanity be saved? Lisa. We are already saved. Love has already won. We are on the one Ascension timeline, so we are guaranteed to be going into 5D. Full consciousness, unity consciousness, but it's up to the individual whether they make it or not. And it's up to the individual what that looks like. Because there are many detours on this Ascension timeline. And you can either make it hard for yourself or easy for yourself.
And I feel the one major issue humanity's running into, especially a lot of, you light workers out there, a lot of you givers and lovers, is you get caught up in some serious savior programming. You want to fucking save everybody, right? You want to, and I get it because I've been there too. We all want to help everybody. But if that person doesn't want to help themselves, you are feeding a black hole. You need to come to grips with that. You feed a black hole, you become a black hole. Look into it, okay? I know this is happening to a lot of team members here too. Those who decide to feed something that is not fulfilling life, that is not giving back, that doesn't want to give back, you are succumbing to the cabal trap, okay? Because they want you feeding all the black holes. And what does that make you then? A black hole. So you have to make these tough decisions. You have to begin to recognize who the people in your life are that are just taking and sucking off of you. And what's really challenging and difficult for people to come to grips with is that these people are often your blood brothers and sisters. They're often your best friend. Mm-hmm. They're often your wife or your husband. But now you're like stuck between a rock and a hard place, right? Well, but I love this person. I've committed so much. I've invested so much. Or this person is my sister. She's my blood sister. Now, have you ever considered, right? Have you ever considered that these are implants in your life? Okay, I'm going there with it because this is like sci-fi, okay? Mm-hmm. There are implants in your life to create blocks and hindrances from your physical ascension. So in other words, they'll keep you trapped in loops of continuous service into a black hole, converting you into a black hole. Next thing you know, you got months, you got years and years going by because you're trying to save them.
And that goes for dysfunctional relationships too.
When in reality, you're not here to save them, you're here to disconnect. You're here to sever those energetic ties and say, you know what? I honor and love myself enough to have healthy boundaries. How crucial is that in this ascension process? You cannot go about your day-to-day helping people, loving people, if you yourself don't have those healthy boundaries. And you can really begin to reflect on that, on how you feel. How do these people make you feel when they're around you? Do you feel drained? Do you feel taken out of your present moment because you're doing everything you can to help them? When that's not the test. The test is to draw the line and say enough is enough. I will no longer be sucked off. And I will focus my energy, my love with those like-hearted people who are also willing to do the spiritual work, that want to excel, prevail, level up. Mm-hmm. That's where you send your energy. That's where you begin to gather with those people. Because the next level, the next step is gathering in physicality. You can't do this alone. In fact, it's impossible to do it alone. That's not in the game plan. But as you level up, as you gather with other people, now more tests are coming because now mom has put you in situations to truly look at your dysfunction. So you best be in a group with people who are at least on that same timeline, who are spiritually doing the work to not take things so personal, so that they can help you transform, so that they can transform. So you have to put yourself in this energetic position of having those safe boundaries, but also being vulnerable and knowing when to be vulnerable to the people who are willing to work with you, who resonate with you.
It's refining your antenna. It's saying, okay, so if this is a game of energy taking, energy giving, where is my focus? And focus is very important because there's lots and lots of distractions, as we have seen. And that's where, when you have someone you've already shared some information with, and they go, what's your source? Do you then keep engaging, or do you stop there? Mom said, you've already shared the information. You've already shared the truth. Whether or not they listen is not your job. You are the messenger of love. Do not engage anymore, because the more you engage with this people-pleasing, savior programming, the less embodiment of higher self, because that's not your focus. You're focused on the outside, the external. Mm-hmm. And that's what Buddha's saying, is slowing you down. We have so many gifts waiting to be activated within us, that if you're not on these gene key workshops, you're not finding the gene keys that you have that unlock everyone else who's meant to be unlocked with your gene key, you're just like, what are you doing? You're procrastinating. Mm-hmm. Your service is so much grander. We are here to reheart you, as Mom came here to reheart us of our grandness. That's why we have to keep repeating ourselves to say, you are a royal angel. Mom says it all the time. What does that mean? We are the ETs. We are the ones who are going to make this heaven on earth. Through Mom's teachings, through the spiritual disciplines, through these gene key codes that you came down in a specific date, specific moment in time and space, where all of the stars and all of the planets lined up to create a human design that is DNA based. That DNA is activating in these moments. Have you seen the Schumann? It is popping.
We can pull it up on here.
Yeah, but let me just... The Schumann is popping. So the Schumann is an indicator of where we're at in the energetic frequency that is coming in right now.
All right, let me just do that.
And when your vessel holds density that you have not transformed, this amount of energy is going to create problems for you. We've shared this many times. So the white, that is like full 5D frequencies. That is like...
What time frame is that?
So we're looking at the 9th, which is today, and this is around 3 p.m. maybe.
3 a.m.
No,
right?
It's 15. It says 15, but this is Europe time. So they're a little bit ahead. I feel it's in real time. It must be like now. You know, that's the most
live stream
recent
time.
ones. Yeah. So you'll be hitting moments where your headache is really bad, you know, your knees playing up, and those are the physical symptoms that the body is telling you, hey, you have some work to do. This isn't feeling good. And that's where you need to focus instead of focusing on everyone else.
I do want to read something.
Awesome.
A channeling from Ashtar Command.
Woo!
Connecting the Dots, channeled by James McConnell, posted on 7/8/21 on Era of Light. I am Ashtar. I come at this time, in this auspicious time, I will add here, in these times of great changes that are occurring both on the planet, within the planet, and above the planet. So many changes that you at this time do not have any idea of, but you are getting an inkling of it. You are getting of it. You are getting bits and pieces of everything that is happening. Always, still, yes, behind the scenes. But they are coming out. You use the terms of connecting the dots, and that is something you all need to do. It is part of discernment. It is part of understanding the truth and knowing the truth, and looking beyond that illusion that those who have been in control for so long want so much to continue this illusion. They want to keep you trapped within it. But as someone said earlier, we win. No, we have won already. That is why you need to know right now that we are not winning, we have already won. We have already won not just the battles, but the entire war. If you want to look at it that way, Because it is a war between good and evil, between light and dark. Everything is coming out exactly as it needs to. And you need to continue to believe that. Believe that we are up here. We are up here in our ships, in our various programs and projects, all looking down at you. We are looking down from above and seeing the perfection that you all are. We don't see the negative, the shadow side of each of you. We see the light within you, the light within all of you, and that is spreading and being shared everywhere, more and more. You are having rallies, again, with your President Trump. All of this is part of the new expression that must come out, that the light must come on and overcome the darkness, and it is happening. So much is happening behind the scenes yet, but it is all coming out little by little. And then we'll go from a trickle, which it is now, to a deluge in times that are coming ahead. And along with that, you have all looked for the disclosure. Not only disclosure of truths that must come out, but disclosure of those of our ships, those of us that have been here watching over you and all ready to assist. And we are given the command to come down and be with you. And that is not far off, my friends. It is not far off at all, because we are here for you. And those of you that are ready to see us will see us. When you have those eyes to see, and many of you are getting those eyes now, because you are opening your third eye. Your pineal gland are becoming free again of the calcification that the cabal or the dark forces have done. Everything they could to hold your third eye down, to keep you from seeing beyond the illusion, to seeing the real reality that is there and has been there all along. But they pulled the wool over your eyes, or the veil over your eyes, now that you would not see, so that you would not see what could be seen now. So open your eyes, both your physical eyes and your third eye, and begin to gaze more and more at the skies whenever you get a chance, whether in the daytime or at nighttime, and begin to see that we are here. And whenever you are ready, you being the collective you of those of the light working community, when you are ready, we will be there for you to see. And again, as I said, it is not far off all now, because everything is leading up to this point right now in this exact moment. And all of you just need to be patient, just a little bit longer. You have waited thousands, even millions of years to come to this point. And what's a little bit longer to wait? Well, whether it's days or weeks or even months, what's a little bit longer to realize the complete freedom that is there beckoning to you now. All you need to do is just open up to it and realize that it is already there for you. The freedom to be who you are, whenever you want to be whoever you are. Trust in all of this. Trust that you are moving in a position or a point of light within you that will establish once and for all your freedom and sovereignty. I am Ashtar, and I leave you now in peace and love, and that you would continue to be ready to experience the connection with all of us, all of your brothers and sisters that are here now and ready at a moment's notice to be there with you more fully.
Wow. Well, yeah, that sums up, what we've been wanting, praying for. Like, it's all going to happen. Trust in that. This is a simulation, like Buddha said. And in that simulation, your imagination serves you well. So we have a few more questions, like, is it true that all debt will be forgiven when Jasara is fully implemented? Yes. We're doing away with the monetary system. There's a slow rollout. The banks took a lot of money. The cabal took a lot of money, and the interest rates of credit card, all of that is illegal. In universal law, that you cannot be on a planet that is yours, as in a part of you. Mom is the planet. We are mom. And have to pay for it. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make sense. The prophecies of the American Indians, all of the native people of this world, the guardians, have always said, when there is no more water, clean water to drink, when there is no more food to eat that you've grown, like, That's end time. That's the end game. We are at the end. This is ridiculous. Why do you need to pay for water? Why are we consenting to paying for water?
Yeah, the CEO of Nestle doesn't think humanity has a right to water. He'd rather sell you, everyone, water across the globe. And that's what they're doing. They're buying all the aquifers, they're bottling up all the water just so that they can resell it back to you.
And lace it with crap.
And
poison
heavy
you
minerals.
further.
Mm-hmm.
And why can't we grow organic seeds? That's just stupid. Why can't you grow in your front yard? Why is that a rule? Why is that a law? Why are you consenting and allowing them the power to make that decision for you? That's dumb.
The same water you're spending every time to freaking make that grass green, you can be growing a freaking small edible forest. Really. You know, with the amount of effort we put into keeping that grass cut outside, we can create outside gardens. I mean, a lot of us have come to that realization now. And I do see a lot of people doing that. But there's also a lot of you who are just not seeing everything. So let's drop those blinders, right? And really begin to feel into how we can begin to shift right now. Not tomorrow, now.
Yeah.
You know, and it is sometimes taking those baby steps, those little adjustments, so that over time you will see the difference. But we are getting to a point now, you know, like Ashtar said, is if you're not connecting the dots, if you're not recognizing or hearing out your angels or the guidance that you're getting, that you need to leave that job, you will be in a position, that's what we call it, the pressure cooker. It's on high. So if your angels are telling you and giving you guidance, but you are ignoring them, guess what that means? You're getting put in the pressure cooker on high. So whether you like it or not, whether you think it's your decision or not, all roads lead back to heaven. Some roads are quicker than others. And it's for those people who are willing to do the work, to let go of the old paradigm, all these attachments to what they feel things should turn out to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's one thing that we've been constantly tested on is that we don't know shit. And that's why we say that. Because the minute you think you figured it out, you're trying to bring in a timeline that is not yours. Or that you're trying to make it yours when the actual truth of it all is that God has the highest timeline. And so what will happen over, and that's happened to all of us here on Mission, is the minute we think we know anything, the angels will do everything to prove us wrong so that we know we don't know shit.
Yep.
We do know love, and we know what resonates. We know what feels right? And that's where you need to be. You can't worry about the details. Love will handle the details. But you can truly feel if someone's coming from their heart or if someone's in real low fear-based vibrations. Go to the people in their hearts.
Yep. And so another question on Telegram. With your team being so close to mom and having lived by the tools in the Ascension Guide, what are your expectations surrounding your ascension to 5D? Zero. Nada. We hold no expectation whatsoever. Because you know what Buddha just shared is like mom says, let it go. Stay in the present moment. Be in for surprises.
Right. However, if I may, go ahead.
Go for it.
I was just going to say the real crux of it, like the meat of this issue would be spiritual disciplines, you know? And as long as you're doing something, it could be different for everyone. You know, there's people out there that really, really love journaling. That could be your spiritual discipline. Every morning you write down what you're going through, express yourself. You know, these live streams are huge for us. It's a big way to push energy. And that's our spiritual discipline. Being committed to something like that. Not worried about the outcome or specifically how things are going to pan out, but know that in this present moment, this is where I need to be pushing the energy. And in that allowance, these miracles come through. I mean, just talking to Tiger Paw the other day on Telegram, I mean, my heart was filling. Hearing his stories, I could feel my eyes wanted to just start crying. And I'm just like, this is why we do what we do. Because all it takes is just one of you. And we know there's a lot more than that out there. But just one of you to make a video, to start sharing your story, to being vulnerable. That's what we're asking. That's what Mom has asked all of her children in these moments. The only way this plan will truly unfold itself in the most harmonious way is that you put yourself out there. You become vulnerable, you share your story, and you connect the dots.
Yeah. And the one thing that's going to stump you in all of this, because I know that we're very passionate and our role is to inspire, like your role is unworthiness. So the program of unworthiness is very, very deep. And so you're going to be listening to this saying, yeah, they say that. That's kind of, doesn't really resonate, but maybe. It's like, no. You are grand. We are the healers. We are the master manifestors. It's only in your past experience that you've not had that feedback, is because there were so many stumbling blocks, energetic blocks from the system that prevented you from manifesting. So, like, scrap that belief system, because that has been built over time living in the system. Start afresh. What is your intention? Don't be so specific in what you want to manifest. You just say, I intend, or I pray to experience abundance, miracles, magic, and synchronicities today. Don't define it. I want $1 million from the lottery.
That might not be highest for you.
No, you'd probably just spend it on shit. So it's not about the law of attraction. It's a very limited gift, the law of attraction, and they fucking like sold that shit. I followed it. It's all good. It led us to here. It led you to explore grandness. Like network marketing, it's all good. Mikey knows. It's like it allows you to practice public speaking. It allows you to be to practice compassion and empathy, relate to your fellow networkers. It led you to here. So stop beating yourself up. Stop thinking you're unworthy of all that love is and all of these divine traits, divine gifts, because you fucking made it. You survived. You have gone through so much trauma because of your contract, and it ain't personal. So yes, Mom wants you to keep fucking going, and not only that, she wants you to jump, leap, like do somersaults, like do it. It's not, you don't have to play victim consciousness, but I've worked so hard, I've never had anything, and it's like, I'm tired. It's like, yeah, we're all battle weary. Fuck that shit, get up. It's okay. Just a few more months, maybe another year. It's like, no, not another year. I've been waiting so long. I'm 67
85.
old. It's like, we fucking live till 1,000, 2,000. You're like a baby. Shift your perspective. Find the beauty. Find the magic. Find the fun. Like, that's what I feel like. Buddha and I are just having more fun. Like, fuck it.
Thank God. It's been rough to get to this point.
We never had moments, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay that your childhood was taken away from you because you have trauma. Ah! Find it. Find the lost Peter. Peter Pan. Mm-hmm. We are Wendy and Peter Pan. We have magic fairy dust in our hands.
Sprinkle the fairy dust. Very important.
Holy shit. Okay, so what are your views on the prediction of Kalki Maitreya, last avatar of Lord Vishnu, on the planet to save humanity and taking oath as the ruler of world to bring prosperity and peace? Well, love, I hate to break it to you, but no, that doesn't exist. Most of these sacred teachings have truth in them. These gods did exist, but they flipped it so that you would keep focus on the wrong gods. Like
on the patriarch.
Mother God is prime source creator. She is great spirit. She is
the one. There's only one of her. Everyone else has Christ consciousness coming through and can be God with God.
Mm-hmm. So, nope, he's not gonna embody, and he's not gonna save the planet.
You're here to save the planet.
Yeah, so there's work to do.
Yeah, there's a reason you came across these teachings, across these live streams, is because now you have the awareness of your God self within, of the Christ consciousness that is pouring out of your heart. The reason you're getting all these synchronistic events, all these magical feelings, all these feelings of bliss coming through. Yes, you're getting the opposite too, but you're also getting those positive feelings flowing through your body because you must now anchor in your God self, which is your greatest, grandest version. Hello, wake up, good morning. Nice little wake up call. Do not look outside of yourself for your savior. You are here to save yourself. It is that simple, like a dimple. You refuse, you'll get popped like a pimple.
Oh,
Either way,
shit.
the pressure's being released.
Awesome. So, because pimples are fun to pop, you know, like shit, that old crusty stuff inside of
You
there.
don't want it there.
Ooh. And it'll
Get
hurt
out.
maybe a little bit, but that's okay. So this is a really good question. Shanti's asking, what is the most important thing we can do to help speed everything up? I'm gonna go for this embodiment of higher self. Like, really? Coming out of your comfort zone? Mm-hmm. Doing something today that is very bold, that has made you super uncomfortable, or gonna make you super uncomfortable, that you have been contemplating and been eating you up for the last week. There is at least one.
Right. And we've been telling you what it is for most of you. And that's that vulnerability and expression and putting yourself out there. You want to speed up the process of ascension, you yourself must become vulnerable. You must put yourself out there, share your ascension process, share what you've been learning, what you've been guided to share with people. And guess what? You want to learn how to anchor in your greatest, grandest version? Put yourself in that position. Push through the discomfort of, oh, I could potentially mess up or say the wrong words, or I better edit it. That's the one thing I see a lot of people doing. They get caught up in this is they decide to go live, but they'll record themselves over and over again because it wasn't perfect, or they just want to edit it just right, when all you're doing is pulling out the truth and vulnerability of it. You know, people don't want to see a perfect example of it. They want to see you stumble and fumble across the way. Mm-hmm. It becomes way more relatable when someone shows their imperfections in their vulnerability than if you try to portray yourself as someone you are not, right? As someone that is fake. So really, really feel into that. You want to speed up this ascension process, go live today. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you it will. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed. Because you have codes for others that we don't. Mm-hmm. You have a circle of friends that we don't have access to. So the minute you put yourself out there, thank you, holla, mother, loving, hallelujah. Because now others are having that awareness. They're getting that expression. You're unlocking their codes by expressing your codes.
Yes. So is it the last time we will be human? Yes. The reincarnation process has stopped. The ones who are coming through now are new royal angels, new souls. If we are one consciousness... Oh, how do soul contracts work? Mom already shared with you what your soul contract is.
It's not complicated.
To wake up.
It's not this multi-page, thick 3D contract.
100,000 pages long.
It's not that.
You've woken up. Part of the contract, tick. Share the truth. Are you sharing the truth? That means using your vocals, voice, box. That was designed to share.
Your gifts.
And if you're not, then you're not fulfilling your soul contract.
And then I see a little savior program coming in.
Can we please fix Bill Gates and HRC? The list is long. They've been fixed.
We're not here to fix nobody, though.
No, they've been like, they're gone. Bye-bye.
That's the savior programming. You can't fix nobody. The only person you can fix is yourself. This is the 3D Matrix program hijacking your spirituality. Feel into it. Don't take it personal. But no, you're not going to save anyone but yourself. You have to start here first.
And even the evil douche biscuits, I mean, they are us. We are them. So don't blame them. It's our responsibility, our choice, It was our fault.
Yep. Yeah, the minute you can get to that point, and this is what Mom did, and this is another perfect divine example. You know, she'd be blamed for everything. Did she do it? No. But would she take it on?
Yes.
Yes. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Can you take on the responsibility of compassion, forgiveness, but also being accountable that in the fact that we are all one in this, that those evil doers was actually you too.
Mm-hmm. We've lived many, many lives, and we were the rapists. We were the murderers. Mm-hmm. Like, one thing I know about this lifetime is
She's killed me many times.
I didn't do hard drugs. I haven't broken a leg. I hate violence. Guess what? I watched The Hunger Games. That creeped me out. Like, I was shaking that whole movie. So I've lived many violent lives. I've broken many bones. And I've fucking seen a lot of blood. So I looked at it. I accepted the dark in me, because we're not above anyone else. And if you are feeling that you're above or thinking you're above anyone else, then you are in superego.
Anon asks on YouTube, today I watched the Black Widow movie and ate a lot of roast beef pizza and beer. Did this lower my dimension?
Did this lower? I don't get.
Okay, I'll answer. I thought you had the answer.
No.
Guess you don't. I have the answer.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Everything is energy and intention, right? So are you praying over your food? Are you praying over your beer? It could be used as medicine. You know, are you setting up the energetics so that when you're watching the movie Black Widow, you're also asking for the downloads. You're asking to connect the dots. You're asking the angels to show you how it all relates, right? Now, anything can then be taken to a higher dimension or a lower dimension. It's how you will approach any of it. Did the pizza bring you joy, right? Or did you get into this massive guilt of, oh, I shouldn't have ate that, or I ate too much, and why do I keep doing this to myself? Like, another pizza? Or like, oh my God, I'm so grateful, Mom. Thank you for this delicious pizza. As I'm saying that, my whole body started vibrating up. And then, like, you're literally flipping the energy. You pray over your food. You ask for the highest outcome. You ask for your food to be digested and give you all the energy you need to serve love, right? You're setting all these intentions. You're energetically mastering the process so that question would never have to be asked again, because you're a master.
And I wanted to share an extension of that in this lack mentality program, which I am transforming, because I'm sure I lived many lives in war times and had to scrimp. And Buddha is a great reharder that I am worthy than the leftovers of a cereal box that's like all these like crushed things. And he's like, you're gonna eat that? And like, honestly, we've been in the RV where I've taken out like stale bread and like served it for lunch, and he's like, no. It's like, throw it out.
She's literally spreading moldy bread.
It wasn't moldy.
It tasted nasty. It was bad. I'm like, and then she ate it. I'm like, and you were actually eating it, because that's what you get put into, is like, I'm not worthy of it. Well, it's okay.
I don't want to waste it.
I don't want to waste it. Meanwhile, your whole body is literally lowering in vibration because you're trying to
save
justify.
A few pennies?
Save a few pennies. I mean, bread was more likely given to us anyways, you know? It's just like, come on.
So
dude.
try something, yeah? If you're one of these, and you will be laughing right now if you are. It's like, serve yourself a plate. Serve yourself a plate of food. And then just before those last 4 bites, leave it. Put it in the bin or the compost. Like, don't eat it. How about it? It's
what are you saying?
I'm just saying, like, flip it, because it's such a program to finish the plate.
Oh.
And, like, even when you're, like, super full, you gotta just finish the plate because it was served to you. Like, try it. It's gonna trigger you. I know.
She eats like a little mouse. Okay?
Buddha does not
like
know this program. It's okay.
Like, what are you talking about?
I know, because I've had to test it. It's like,
well, guess
am I
what? You
attached?
can open that refrigerator and there's like plates of little bits of food everywhere. Like, what the fuck is that? You can't even throw it away? What are you holding on to it for?
I'm a master.
When was the last time you checked the fridge and cleaned it out?
I haven't cleaned it out, but I have used those things and made a grand meal, Buddha.
I told her the other day, I'm like, because first, like, she went from one extreme to the other, and we'll put it out there because she has adjusted, so I can feel I can call her out on it now.
Go for it.
But she, like, went from 5-star gourmet meals 3 times a day, no matter what. Everybody's just like, it's too much food, and we're like, and then she's like, no one's helping, no one else is cooking, and what the fuck, no one's helping, and we're just like, dude, like, she was so on it that it was literally taking energy, if that makes sense. Because one, she didn't give the space for others to step in because she was that quick. From live stream to cooking to this to that. Busy bee, body bee. And she finally popped right in front of us on the table. We're all eating there, and then she just popped. And we're like, uh-huh. And so what did she do? She went to the other extreme. Fucking other extreme. Where the fuck's Jerry at? Hasn't looked at the fridge in who knows how long. She probably had her meal there from 2 weeks ago. A little bit that she saved, right? But she got so disconnected now. The veggies were going bad. Everything. And I mean, obviously this is...
That's not true.
Let me finish. This allowed others to step in because it's not the sole responsibility of one person. And what happened?
It's amazing.
Others stepped up. Others stepped in. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm like, we kind of miss you in the kitchen. I'm like, let's make some fried rice. And she did come around, and we did, but like...
We had leftovers for 4 days.
I ate fried rice for 3-4 days, and if there was still some, I'd probably be eating it this morning for breakfast.
Awesome, everyone. Thank you, Buddha, for a quick, like, truth. It's so good. I take full accountability.
She's so strong, and I love her. It's amazing.
Like,
thank you, Jerry. Like, her level of maturity, I don't know what we'd be doing if she wasn't here with that maturity. So thank you. We honor you. I love you.
Thank you for making me look at shit.
Same thing with you. What is this like? How can I compare it to? It's like being under a magnifying glass. She says she's not like, she does it, but I'm like, I know. I could feel it like, oh no, am I on my phone for too long? Like, I should probably go work on the RV now.
Can I share one? I just want to share. Okay, before we wrap up, I wanted to play the girls thing, but I wanted to share this one time 2 days ago. We're like, Buddha, okay, so we better get back to the RV and do some painting. He's like, oh yeah, well, I just need a nap right now. Like, the energies were high. Like, it's okay. So anyway, he had his nap. I went to the RV. I did all the stuff, and then it got dark. I'm like, I'm going to wrap this painting up because I can't see anything. So then I packed everything up, and I go into the house, and Buddha's there going, oh no, I don't know what happened. I slipped. I rested, and I'm like, Buddha, it's okay. I gave him a hug. He's like, what? He was so surprised I didn't give him shit. I'm like, you needed it. So, love you, Buddha.
Oh, thank you. It's so much nicer when we're nice to each other. It really is.
I don't feel we've had a blow up since... I don't know how long since we had a blow up. Maybe yesterday.
This morning.
That's true.
No dull moments.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go ahead and switch that.
Let's hear the girls, what they have to say in the Daily Disclosure Show.
And like telling them that like white people are bad. Yeah, that they're not. That's not even the lawyer concept of what you're saying. Isn't even what they're teaching in schools. They're teaching that white people are inherently born racist. That is. That's really what it is. Like that's what it is. Where do we live? Well, if you're gonna tell them that, yeah, you're gonna fucking raise racists. If you're gonna tell them at a young age they're racist, of course. So that's like how it works. So yeah, let us know. Like I don't know what's going on with the school system. It's been a mess. But also drop it in the comments if you want to see this funny ass fucking video of Joe Biden at some who knows what in like bumfuck Illinois. I love it. I love to see it. You're from Illinois. I don't know. I think it's Illinois, and I'm sorry if you're from there. So Joe Biden is who knows what doing where in illusionary when, like this fucking cologne. Yes, no, he's fucking in this. I don't even. It looks like a school hospital. I don't fucking know. So the article describes it as Joe Biden beelining. They say beelining, like skirting over to this fucking daughter and a mom. And so the daughter's like yay big off the ground, okay, right this big. And this dude squats down to her and he's like, what's up? He's talking to her, he's like, how old are you? 14? The girl goes, I'm 4. The mom's like, she's 4 years old. Yo. And Joe goes, he's like, I got it right. I knew there was a 4 in there. Bitch, you a decade off. There's a big difference between 4 and 14.
Tell us that you're a pedophile without telling us that you're a pedophile.
He's like, what are you, 14? Literally, like she is this big off the ground. This big.
I mean, bro.
Yo,
It's
dude.
just gonna be. This is, I feel, what mom, obviously, she was well ahead of the game here and knew that eventually, like, it's gonna get to the point where people are gonna pull their children out of school left and right, as they fucking should.
Right. Mass
As they
exodus.
fucking should.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get 'em, Laura and Hopi.
Let's show this picture
Oh,
there.
okay. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. Oh, thank God we're not. Wow.
Yeah, everything is definitely, revealing itself, guys. At this point, I mean, really, you can't.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. This is the Twilight Zone, y'all. And, if you want to get on the mothership, embody higher self. Well, thank you, everyone, for
We
joining
love you.
us.
We got a sale going on all month.
Yeah.
50% off all candles
Whoa.
and buy one, get one free
That.
body butter.
Yeah, this
And
is
we're
awesome.
grateful for all the orders coming in.
Yeah.
We got the Love Kitchen in full force, pumping this stuff out fresh for you. And I can't even begin. We need to have smell-o-vision. Ooh, that just like tingled me back here. Ooh,
Yeah.
right here too, actually.
And
Woo!
I use a new body butter, man. It is divine. You can see on my skin.
Did you smell this one?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh my God. you
That
guys-
one's cannabis and agar wood.
Wow. Can we light this one? Do we have
Ginger-
another one of these? I'd love to
This
light
is
one of
ginger, coconut, and amber.
these.
Holy shit, that one's awesome.
And just so for those of you who don't see the details, there's dried flowers in there. We got 2 crystals. Not 1, 2 crystals in the candle. So guess what? After you're done burning the candle, keep the crystals. And look at this nice jar to put your pot in after. Beautiful.
So the code is summer50. The website is 5dfulldisclosure.org. There's an online store. And I feel the girls made it so that you would automatically get the discount. When you buy the body butter, you will receive one free.
So please put your money where your mouth is.
Yeah.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe. We got our daily disclosure show, completely uncensored, untamed. We are having so much fun producing that for you. But please subscribe, Push the energy in the direction of love, unity consciousness. For starters, book a session. Get your etheric surgery done. If you're completely new to all this information, start right there. Get your etheric surgery done. Read the testimonials, okay? That's what I would start. Read the testimonials of everyone's experience getting the etheric surgery done. And you will see how much easier life will become. I remember the first time it happened to me when I was in Crestone, Colorado. I was exiting Mission House, the door, and it felt like almost someone poured a bucket of water. So it felt like all this energy, like, whoom, like coming down. And I was like, what was that? And it was what we would call a timeline shift, And literally my memory became better. I was able to express myself a little easier and just get in my heart and not be so attached to so much shit. That's what these surgeries do. They will heal the holes in your brain. They will definitely accelerate your ascension process. And then get yourself a candle, Get yourself
Smell
a
the good
candle,
stuff.
Smell it good while you're getting cleansed energetically. I mean, this is it, guys. This is bliss. This is beauty. We look forward to you reaching out to us and connecting and really co-creating heaven on earth with us.
Awesome. Hope
We love you.
no.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Please forgive me.
Thank you.
I love you.
Woo! 5,
6,
7, 8. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Love has won and joy reigns. Na 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 na. Thank you, Telegram.
Na 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 na.
Thank you, Facebook.
Hey, hey,
Thank
hey.
you, YouTube.
Love has
won. Someone will be back at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. See you tomorrow.